Well, hi folks, and welcome back to my play-by-email game of Strategic Command versus the Taxman. Now, in the last turn, Taxman drew first blood on my navy, destroying my U-32 sub. Anyway, let's see what Taxman did during his turn. He's doing more scouting. Okay, so I think he's got a lot of air power on the mainland there. And oh goodness me, how can a light cruiser do so much damage? I've got naval weaponry 2 here, and he's got naval weaponry level 1. I just don't understand that. Oh, come on. I really don't understand that. Definitely missing some understanding of how the units in this game work and how the various strengths work against and for each other. So, 2 naval units lost. So his navy is definitely split up, or it was, or it appears to be. It's the Admiral Scheer heavy cruiser. Oh, good grief. That's what I was hoping to be doing to him, was picking them off one by one. Okay, winning the war. I don't think that's going to happen. If we cannot knock the UK out of the war by an invasion of the British Isles, yeah, I think that's not going to happen either, then we must seek an alternative route to victory. Is this a premonition, this strategic advice coming up here? One option would be to invade the USSR and rid the world of this communist state, for with the Soviet Union destroyed, the British would probably be forced to submit to our peace terms. Like, yeah. Do not delay too long, for Stalin is rearming, and if war breaks out between Japan and the Allies in the Pacific, then he may bring his Siberian divisions to fight in Europe. Invading the USSR during the spring or early summer will be best, so that we can make deep inroads into the country before the weather turns. Target the Ukraine as a priority, so as to secure food supplies for the Reich. Recommendation: build up forces in the east ready to invade the USSR, ideally invading when the USSR is close to 90% mobilization and the weather is good. Okay, well, yeah, good advice. We shall see what we can do. Okay, so I've been trying to put a lot of thought into what to do here, because I do think the Taxman has kind of prepared himself very well on all fronts. He's definitely got a lot more experience than I do. And yeah, so what am I going to do? Well, first of all, I've got 569 MPP for the Germans. So there's a couple of areas in research that I want to do, and I'm going to spend the money in those first of all to make sure that I don't overspend elsewhere. So the first thing I want to do is to invest another chit into not anti-subs, into advanced subs. Definitely the naval battles are going to get pretty difficult to win. And so I'm going to spend 150 and try and get my subs up to advanced level 2. And I'm also going to invest another chip in amphibious warfare, because if I do want to have a hope of doing Operation Sea Lion, that allows me to put a lot more troops into the water at one time. So I'm going to invest another chit in amphibious warfare there. Okay, the other thing I want to do is to just spend a little bit on diplomacy before I do anything else. So Algeria, I remember if I get Algeria to join the Axis, then according to one of the decisions, I should receive 2 battleships. Now, I'm hoping that's true. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to invest 2 chits in Algeria this turn. So that gives me a 10% chance of success per turn. Now, just getting on to the naval side then. I've got some other spending to do. The U-30 here needs to be reinforced and upgraded. So I'm going to do the reinforcement first, get its strength up, and I'll upgrade that next turn. Now there is a U-32 that's in need of reinforcement up here. So I'm going to fully reinforce U-32 as well. So that takes 94 MPP. Yeah, and the other thing is the this Z2 destroyer here. Going to bring that back up to strength this turn. And I believe next turn I can invest in upgrading that to an anti-aircraft defense level 1. So let's just have a quick look at the state of my fleet. I've got upgrades I can do for anti-aircraft. That's actually quite cheap per each one. I've only got a little bit left. So that's what I'm going to need to do, is I really need to spend the time just getting these upgraded where they need it. And then I'll look at what I'm going to do with the rest afterwards. So I think all of the others that are in port have had the anti-aircraft upgrade done. This destroyer is in need of refitting or reinforcement, that's for sure. Somebody did mention in the comments that I could put this into a Norwegian port, or I could certainly put a sub into a Norwegian port, but the ports are only at strength 5, and I didn't think I could therefore do all the reinforcements and upgrades in a strength 5 port. So yeah, that's a question, throwing that out there to you. What can I do in a strength 5 port, and will they get stronger? I don't think they do. Anyway, so I'm going to bring this destroyer over here to be upgraded next turn. Now, so that's moved. They have been reinforced. Got a sub here and sub here, and I got a battleship and some more subs. Now, I know he's got a big grouping over here of his fleet, and he's also got a big grouping up here. So he's split his fleet, but I believe he's definitely got an aircraft carrier at both locations. He's got a lot of air power in England here. So I think what he's done is he's kind of tried to ensure, anyway, he's got air cover over the portion of his fleet up here. Although I think this grouping up here may not have the air cover, because I think most of his air cover is actually down here. Most of the RAF are down here. So he's definitely got air cover down here for these naval vessels, and he's got an aircraft carrier. So if I try and move my fleet down here and to attack his naval units over here, I think I'm on to getting a hammering from the air, both from his carrier and from the land RAF units. Up here, maybe less so. I do believe he's got a carrier up here, but he's also got 2 battleships, which is pretty formidable. I do have naval weaponry level 2, whereas I believe he's only at level 1. But that hasn't proven to be very useful so far. And I need to group my attacks better than I have been. So do I kind of take this grouping here that is available and come out into the channel? I do have my anti-aircraft on these. I'm thinking I might just probe out and see if I can get some back to port afterwards. Let's put this into silent mode. I'm really wary that what I'd like to do is to try and come down over here. Let's hug the coast. Just going to go through there. Because what I want to do is to keep away from his land-based air units, keep away from their range. So if the sub is attacked, then hopefully his air units in Britain won't be able to get me. Okay, so there's nothing there. Okay, but we did pass a sub. Now, unfortunately, my air power is grounded. The weather in northern France is atrocious. It's pouring with rain, and I can't do anything with them. That's just typical. So he has a sub here. Now, the only thing I can attack that sub with will be a cruiser, these 2 cruisers, and a battleship. Let's bring this cruiser up. 0-0 will try. Okay, didn't do anything. Now this cruiser should still have plenty of range if I come up here. 0-0. It's just blast. And he can no longer get back to a port. Well, if I move this sub to that port and move the cruiser there. Yeah, so what's this one doing? Yeah, I guess I don't have the anti-submarine warfare portion on here. So that I think is, are they all like that? Yeah, they are all like that. Okay, so the only thing I've got to go after his sub is are my destroyers. And my, I say destroyers plural, I do have another one up here, but that's been moved back there just this turn. And the other one was reinforced. So I can't really do anything this turn. I do now have a sub setting out here, which I think it's going to be within range of his aircraft carrier, but it's at least in silent mode. So that reduces any damage it takes if it does get hit, and it also means that it should be fairly well hidden. Yeah, that's what I think about the best I can do there this turn. Not a great deal of good. So what I now need to do is I now need to think about getting my air power attached to an HQ. Now this HQ isn't close enough yet. So what I'm going to actually do, I'm going to start doing some detachments of the ground units from it. So I'm going to detach all of the ground units that are connected to it at the moment. And then I'm going to move it down here so it's getting closer to these air units, and hopefully the auto assist will start attaching it to those next turn. I'm just going to bring my air power over a little bit closer. And I'm going to get that fighter away from the, well, actually saying away from the coast, I'm not sure. Yeah, I'll do that. What's interesting is that even with bad weather, you can still move your air units, which kind of seems counterintuitive that they can't attack, but they can relocate, because it does play back an aircraft sound, which kind of infers that they're flying to their new location, which would be the normal process, but yeah, how can they do that in the rain but can't attack? Let's maybe just bring that fighter down to there as well. And I think I will just... No, I'm not doing any attachments or anything with this HQ just yet. Yeah, I think I'll just leave it like that for the time being. I might move that unit just away from the coast. I'll just consolidate these units a little bit. I don't know, I'll leave something in Paris. I think that's about all I can do there. I am still thinking about Operation Sea Lion, but it's a difficult process because you do need the amphibious warfare. I do have level 1. Now level 1 means I can put 3 amphibious vehicles and 1 long-range amphibious vehicle into the water, but as soon as you put them into the water, you can't move them anymore that turn, and then you can only move them on the following turn. So it gives him a chance to scout through here, see he may find some amphibious vehicles, and then easily attack and destroy them and the units that are on board them. So what I need to do is I need to make sure I've got some certainty when I do put them into the water that they're not going to be attacked by the Royal Navy. So I need to get a little bit more control of the seas, or a little bit of a better plan. I had been thinking about whether to put units, amphibious vehicles into the water up here, around these ports, move my units up into this area, and then kind of come for a mid-attack on the UK. But you really do, from what I believe, you really do need a port. You need to capture a port really quickly so you can get supply. And then it's easier to move units across by just simply transporting them port to port. So really, London's a tough nut to crack because that's heavily defended. Portsmouth is the obvious one, so he'll obviously be expecting a landing there. Plymouth is hugging all his units around Plymouth. And the other alternative is obviously these ports up here, Rosyth and Ambrose. But again, he's hugging his naval units up here, and that's what I guess that's what his plan is. Keep the ports very well defended. So if you've got any suggestions, I'd be very grateful for them. because I'm just such a newbie at this game. Anyway, I'm not. How much do I have left? I've got 21 MPP left. I think I just need to be very careful where I spend that. I don't need to spend it on upgrading that unit. So I'm just going to save that for now. It's only 21 MPP, but we shall see. Let's move on down. Let's come down to Italy and let's have a look at our potential attack on Yugoslavia. Now I am just going to try and reinforce the Hungarian HQ. I can only get that up to 8. I'm not. That's okay. It should be fine. What's the supply level of these? Supply is 7, 6, and 8. It's okay. I think, you know, what I'm wondering is whether to attack Yugoslavia this turn. The sooner I attack and take Yugoslavia, the more MPPs I will get, and the more MPPs per turn I will get. I think I might just do that. I've got enough units attacking. It's unlikely I really need Romania in on the attack. Romania would have been nice because it's so close to Belgrade. I think I probably will go for it. What the heck? Let's go for it. This may be premature, but I'm going to do it. Declare war on Yugoslavia. Okay. So let's start advancing. Okay, we've got a low strength Yugoslavian corps there, which should be easy to take out if I can get both my armies down here. And unfortunately not. I can't quite get round to it. That's annoying. Let's, yeah, if I'd have had the Romanians here, that would have been a done deal. Let's at least come through here. And we'll take that down. Now, that does mean they are probably going to have some supply difficulties because my HQ is back there because I reinforced it this turn. So yeah, not the best approach to take. I do appreciate that. Let's bring my armor down. In fact, let's try and use... I'd like to try and just get rid of this unit. If I can get it down to strength 4, can I therefore bypass it with my armor? I think I might just bring these cores down. Okay, another core there. All right, well, let's get rid of this one. And I'll just move the core into there. And the armor, yeah, I just need to get that onto a road system and we'll have to exploit with the armor on an attack on Zagreb next turn. Let's get the Italian army coming through. Let's kind of come through this southern route. Keep the HQ as close as possible. Okay, so up here, I think to be honest, I think I've probably got a real excess of units coming into Yugoslavia here. Let's just take that down. The supply level there is 5. Yeah, I'm going to need to bring this. I think I'm just going to need to bring this army back. If I start moving up there, it's just going to get more and more out of supply. So I need to keep it very close to Tirana for now, I think. Again, let me know if that's not the right approach. And yeah, I think we'll just bring that core up there and we'll bring the HQ forward to the road system. Just wondering why they are not attached to the HQ. Again, maybe should have verified that at the get-go. Okay, I need to ensure that I do those attachments next turn. These are all attached. Maybe I should just put that into auto. I'll put that into auto for now, so it does that next turn. And this has got those 3 attached. Now, as for Romania, I think what I'm just going to do with Romania is just start moving it towards the Eastern Fronts and just get a little bit more of a protective line going up here. I obviously do need to do some reinforcements, and I'll do those next turn. So let's just get this unit moving up from Bucharest. I think what I'll do is I will just place it there. Gives me a kind of a little bit of a line going there. Air power's okay. And we just need to bring the HQ up a little bit. Okay. Yep, I think that's about the best I can do there. Now, down here, I would like to try and take out this unit. Now, he has very cleverly upgraded these units to have an anti-aircraft defense of 2, which is why I will take 2 off of this bomber if I attack, but I'm going to do it. I wanted to see what he's got in terms of interception. And the likely is he's upgraded those, as he has in the UK. So yeah, I took a lot more damage there. A lot of damage, okay. So that should have at least de-entrenched that down to a level 1, which it has. Which now means the odds, or at least can get 2 damage off of it. Oh, and I took 3. Goodness me. And I'm going to bring this army forward. Do another attack. Okay, I'm just going to bring... What I could do is just swap these 2 and then do another attack. Ah, forced to retreat and I didn't take any damage. Fantastic. That at least leaves me with some strong units along the front line here. I'm not going to advance. I say I'm not going to advance with this one. Yeah, I don't want to tip my hand. I don't want to push myself too far just yet. And the reason being is I still want the Africa Corps to come. We should get the Africa Corps next turn, but they will take maybe a turn or 2 to get down to here. So I just want to be a little bit cautious. In the meantime, I think I just need to bring... Let's just bring the HQ up. 1 there. Okay. Now, out here, I need to get the sub back to Tobruk for reinforcing next turn. And I think I'm going to go exploring. Where is he? Ah, okay. Ah, goodness me. Yeah. Right, so he's got a light cruiser there. Now, I'm going to bring forward some of my other units. Yep, we've found his fleet. Oh, man! Let's concentrate on his battleship. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Oh, fantastic. I only took 3 damage, and I'm going to just pull back 1 for now. I'm going to get my other battleship, bring it through, and get rid of his battleship. I think I was maybe just been overly cautious too much before, so he can only go back to there. Right, let's bring this battleship forward. I want to concentrate on his more powerful units down here. So that cruiser there, nice. Okay, I'm happy with that. Let's get this other battleship forward. In fact, see what we can do with a cruiser. A heavy cruiser, 3 and 3. Yeah, I'm going to do that. Get my other heavy cruiser forward. Nice. Oh yeah. I'm enjoying this. Yeah, so what I'm just wondering is what else he maybe has over here. So I've got a battleship here. I'm going to bring it around and go for this light cruiser. Bring a destroyer down. Yeah, I can't do anything with the destroyer. Well, that's annoying. Okay, let's just bring the destroyer back. I'm just going to bring the sub back forward again. Oh, what? That was a huge mistake then. Why is that? Why will I take 2 damage? Why can the sub not do anything against... is it because it's so weak? Oh well. All I can do is bring it back up there again. Well. That wasn't what I'd hoped to do. Okay. So I'm sure he's got more out here, but that was... I'd like to think that was a fairly successful raid. Now I need to consolidate these units. I want to protect my battleships more than anything else. So I'm going to just see how far I can move all of these. So this battleship can't go back any further. It can go back 1. So let's just move it back 1 there. Move that one back. This battleship can get back to there. So let's pull that battleship up there. Pull that onto there. And I'm going to just put those 2 there. Okay, so Italy's still got 188 MPP. I'm going to need some for doing reinforcements. So I don't want to spend it all, but research is lagging severely with the Italians. Aerial warfare. Yeah, it's probably worthwhile getting aerial warfare. Improves morale of carriers and escort carriers by 5%. So it's a morale boost. And improves morale of all air units except airships by 10%. And it enables fighters to launch 2 intercepts per escort mission. What's our morale on our air units looking like at the moment? 65 and 73, 66 and... Well, yeah, morale 76 on that one. Morale is 73 on that one. Morale is poor. And that won't be helping their performance. So let's do that. We need to get these basics in place for the Italians. And I'm going to save the 88 there for next turn. So I think that's it, folks. I think we will turn it over to the taxman, and I'm going to end my turn there. See what happens. Okay, Germany's getting a little bit more each turn, 580 this time, which is great, and Italy collects 106. That's it, folks. That's the end. So not the greatest of turns in terms of my attack on Yugoslavia and my naval battles elsewhere, but certainly in the Med, I'm pleased with what happened. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I really do appreciate your comments and your tips. I really need them, so keep them coming. Anyway, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, and check out my Patreon page. Thanks very much for watching, folks. Take care. Bye-bye.